While many people are curling up on the beach with a good book this summer, you're probably too busy to pick one out, let alone read it. Well, our next guest may be able to help you squeeze in a quick, high-quality read. Ralph DeBelli, founder and chairman of Get Abstract, joins us now to explain. Welcome to Business Unusual.
Thanks for having me here.
Okay, first of all, the best way to describe this product is Cliff's Notes for the business person, correct?
That is correct. What we do is we pick out the best books that are being published every year, and these are about 500 of the best books, and we summarize them down to 5 pages. And that summary, that's what we call an abstract. An abstract is a 5-page, very concise summary of the top business books. And what it does, it saves you a lot of time. You get the key points of a book in 10 minutes, and it keeps you up to date on the latest business thinking.
Now, how do you know you're actually boiling down the best books? How do you choose which books to do?
We pick about 500 of 15,000 business books that are being published every year, according to 3 criteria. One is applicability. Can I use that stuff in my day-to-day business? The second one is degree of innovation. How innovative is the thought? How innovative is the idea that is being presented there? And the third one is how well written is the book? What is the style of the book? Is it dry and academic, or is it really juicy and energetic? And out of these 3 criteria, we create an overall rating. And only about 3% of the top books make it to our list.
And that's pretty subjective criteria, though.
I don't think so. From the perspective of an executive, you pretty much know what is being required. Applicability is a pretty objective one. Degree of innovation, if you have an overview of what's being published and what has been published in the past, you can pretty much tell if this is a new thought that's being published here, or if this is something that we have heard already 1,000 times. So I think our rating criteria at Get Abstract is pretty objective.
So how did you come up with the idea for this?
It's been quite a while since I had this idea. I was always fascinated by business books. And when I was working on my PhD and I didn't have much time, for the first time that idea occurred to me. And then later I became an executive with a European company, and I realized that business people really don't have time to read business books. They really don't have the time. And I looked around, I called up people, I called universities, I checked the internet, and there was no such service out there. So in '98 I decided it's time to do it, and I started it. We got funding, we got a management team together, and we got it rolling.
So how are these abstracts actually packaged?
It's electronic. They don't come in paper form. You can download them onto your screen, you can print them out, or you can download them onto your palm. So many people download them onto their palm, and they read it on the plane or on the go.
So basically what you have then is go to our website. Is it a subscription service then, or do you email them the abstracts? How do people sign up for the service?
It is a subscription service. You go to the site, getabstract.com, and you can choose between 2 services. One is a subscription that gives you 1 abstract every week that is being emailed to you, according to a very, very detailed profile that you can give to us. The second product that we have is a little bit more expensive. It costs $199 a year, and you have full access to the entire library of 1,500 abstracts that are out there now.
Now, what is your typical customer like? What's the profile there?
A total variety of customers. You have customers from the business student to the consultant to the business professional to the top executive. You really have everything.
I love the business student. Do you think maybe they're cheating a little bit in their MBA programs? reading the abstracts. Now, who actually writes the abstracts? Who are you actually entrusting with this task of boiling down a few hundred pages into 5?
We have a network of 120 business journalists. These are really top business journalists that also write for other newspapers and magazines. And then we have an in-house editorial team of about 30 people, and they take this stuff that comes back from the freelance world, from these 120 business journalists, and put it down on a very, very concise format. And they go through it again and make sure that really it is our style, it is the correct length, it is being laid out, it's being formatted exactly the way we want it to have. And every abstract you can check is exactly the same style, exactly the same format.
And I guess all those people now can have an absolute justification for all the book reports they had to write when they were growing up. Listen, thank you so much for joining us today. We do appreciate it.
Thanks so much for having me.
Ralph DeBelli with Get Abstract.